Good evening and welcome to Coastal Chaos 2018, a WFTDA-Recognized Tournament brought to you by the Rock Coast Rollers of Rockport, Maine, and New England Roller Derby Report. Our next game features Lehigh Valley All-Stars versus Mass Attack Roller Derby. I am Chad from New England Roller Derby Report, and I'll be joined momentarily by Brady. Brady is from, I forget, I'll have to ask her when she gets here. Somewhere down in Maryland. I think she's with, I don't remember. She's down in Maryland anyway. She's not right here right now. Let's talk a little bit about rosters. Lehigh Valley Roller Derby, the All-Stars are represented today by 108 Becken Hayter, 13 Sylvester Shalom, 18 Christy Winkler, 1855 Sasquatch, 215 Double Barrel Hot Guns, 29 Tort, 303 Buns and Burner, 31 Helen DeRink, 53 Wayward Stay, 612 Razor Ramona, 66 Lynn Diesel, 707 Barbed Wire, who's our captain today, number 8 Pin Pushin', 926 Greaves, 932 MJ Slammer. On the bench we have Sprinkles and Hustle Puff.
And for Mass Attack Roller Derby All-Stars, we have 0 Troubles Braids, 10 Goldie Gloves, 13 Pixie Sticks, 141 Bloodbath Betty, 18 D Black, 223 Pepper Machete, 341 Enraging Grace, 39 Valkyrie, 4 Android, 414 Torpedo, 419 Killbot, 421 Impale Her Swift, 7 Death by Sugar, 74 Jinja Ninja, 80 Carnage Patch Kid. And on the bench we have Bo Tiny, Sonic Doom, Amanda Conda, and Gilly.
And on the track right now, taking the star for Lehigh Valley, 932 MJ Slammer. And she's going to go up against Carnage Patch Kid. By the way, this will be fun because Carnage Patch Kid is yet another Cabbage Patch Kid name that I will definitely mess up at least twice. All right, lead jammer belongs to Lehigh Valley All-Stars, MJ Slammer. She's through her own team. She'll call it off. She's going to pick up maybe 1 point. She does pick up 1 point. So Lehigh Valley will start us out with 1 point. Excellent. All right. And I'm behind the scenes. I'm so excited because for some reason we didn't have the names in the proper spot earlier, so we've had to kind of guess based on the scoreboard where they were going to be. So I had the wrong team with the wrong points for about 30 seconds in the first game. We're good now, though. Barbed Wire, 707 for Lehigh Valley. And she's going to be against number 4, Android. This is the first time Brady has broadcast or done any call, did you say you have done some house announcing or no?
I haven't, no, but
right,
this is
it.
exciting. Hoping I can provide some skater input. I'm from Charm City Roller Girls.
Charm City, that's what it was. I think I knew that.
Yep.
So Lehigh has the lead jammer designation again. It is Barbed Wire captain, who's doing her best to put some points on the board. She's going to call it off. She does that at the same time that Android is in the box, having picked up a penalty. So it'll be a power start for Lehigh Valley.
Very smart decision there.
How does it feel if you're in the box and you're stuck? How does that feel? What do you think about when you know you've got you're going to be in the box for some portion of the next jam?
Well, I think you can't spend too much time dreading the fact that your opposing team just did that to you. You're figuring out a strategy to get back out there and score some points.
31 for Lehigh Valley, Helen DeRink. She's our lead jammer. She was uncontested on the line. She'll be joined now by Android. Android runs into the pack in corner 2. Getting tied. Both jammers really tied up pretty well. Looks like we will see some points put up by, I'm sorry, that was the first pass through for Android in Mass Attack.
And the jam is called off before she can score any points. Nice job, Lehigh Valley.
So Mass Attack, no points yet, but they've done pretty well to hold Lehigh Valley to just 7 points. We'll see if Impaler Swift can put Mass Attack on the board for the first time, or if Sasquatch will continue this and make it 5 for 5 for lead jammers. Looks like it'll be 5 for 5.
Nice. Sasquatch out of the pack on her initial. Going to get some points.
She'll meet up with the pack as they stall here on the backstretch. She runs in hard. They don't slow her down for very long. Big hit and a strong push out, but that's going to be a forearm penalty. I think that is no surprise to Torpedo. Did what she could to try to slow her down, but sometimes too much is too much, and she'll spend some time in the box. There won't be any chance for Impaler Swift to score any points here, I don't think. She does. She actually picks up 4 there just before the whistle's called off. For those of you tuning in, thank you so much for joining us today. That is super appreciated. Hopefully we can do our best here to keep you connected with your favorite team.
Now that's some good sportsmanship. Both those jammers giving each other high fives. I like to see that in roller derby.
Carnage Patch Kid in black, Mass Attack roller derby. And she is alongside, who did I, is it MJ Slammer, 932? That's it, that's MJ
yes.
Slammer. And MJ is our lead jammer.
That rhymes.
Yeah, it does. We have, it looks like we've got a cover down. Now we have a cover picked back up again. Slammer's through for 4 points. She'll probably call that off as she gets out of turn 3 here. Or she's going to keep going for more points. Going to play a little bit more of the long game here in this jam. Surprises me a little bit that they wouldn't just simply call it off.
Well, I think there is such a point gap right now that they are aware of that and they want to get more when they can.
Yeah, because they could have. I think they were up by at least 4 points, and I think they're going to end that jam up by having a net gain of 4 points on that particular jam. So we'll see what happens. That was 5
that
more.
Was 5,
so I don't mind seeing the long jam like that. A little bit. I think it's for fans. I think it's a little bit more exciting. Barbed wire for Lehigh. And who do we have for Mass Attack? I missed it.
That is Android.
Android.
Number 4.
23-41 remaining in this first half. Still pretty fresh first half.
Barbed wire is our lead jammer.
So she'll try to get her first points. She comes in the backstretch here. Mass Attack able to slow her down just a little bit.
They're watching that inside line like a hawk.
Yeah, CJ commanding the troops out there. Goldie gloves. Bridging now. They'll have to let her go.
And there is a star pass in the works.
Yeah, Enraging Grace picks up the star for Mass Attack. That was a much cleaner stop that time by Death by Sugar.
Looks like we have a forearm penalty for number 6-6.
Lynn Diesel. The one and only Lynn Diesel. So 4 more points picked up by Barbed Wire. Lehigh Valley quickly putting together a definite statement that they're not going to give Mass Attack an inch. So Barb Dwyer now with 4 blockers to tangle with 1, dropping back to Bridge. And that's it.
It's the end of Jam 2. We've got quite the point spread.
Yeah, it was a 16-2 difference in that jam. Helen DeRink for Lehigh Valley in Impaler Swift for Mass Attack.
Found some room on the inside for Lehigh. And we do not have a lead jammer
No,
yet.
not yet. Boy, she was almost through, but got spilled in
Looked
between
close.
turn 1 and 2. And Mass Attack will be I almost thought that Mass Attack had the lead jammer. They do not.
All right.
But holding Lehigh Valley to no points in a jam is something they have not been able to do in a while. So this is a mark of progression for Mass Attack. Jolly good show. All right, I'm gonna go check. I forgot. I gotta make sure that there's anything that the folks watching our stream need us to know. I will always do my best to interact via our chat on YouTube. 1851.
All right, we have Sasquatch as lead jammer.
She really broke out with some power. Half track length lead now over number 80 Carnage Patch Kid.
And calling off before Carnage Patch Kid can get any points. Jammers are very aware in this game.
Oh, I'm watching an advertisement. I don't want that. I don't want those. Sorry, I was discussing things over here with our producer. Here we are. We're back underway again. Number 215, double barrel hot guns. I don't know that we've seen double barrel hot guns yet.
We have not, but guess what? She makes lead
Lead jammer.
She is up against Android, who has not made it out of the pack quite yet, but she's almost there, and there she goes.
There's Android.
All right, and the jam is called off before Android can score any points. Lehigh Valley has been very consistent with calling off jams before the opposing team can score points.
Yeah, they had the one jam where they let them get a few points on them, but ultimately that's kind of been it. It's just been
Points
very
and call.
consistent point and call.
Yep.
They're already coming out with a strong showing. They are. I think it's reasonably safe to say they can be confident in their ability. All right, so 4 more points picked up by 9:32. MJ Slammer. Barbed Wire for Lehigh Valley alongside Carnage Patch Kid. There's so many names that are very similar to Cabbage Patch. All right. Carnage through the middle. Picks up lead jammer for Mass Attack. So Carnage with a little bit of time to work and her points are in the back. Nice little hop through. She picks up the points. We'll
Her
see if we have anything on
jam. Very
if there's
nice.
anything there on the replay. We'll take a look at that.
So I had to turn my mic off for a second because I needed to use a visual
Yeah.
So I would call the right numbers for the right team. So I used my pink lipstick to denote Lehigh Valley and a black pen to denote Mazatec. I am a visual person.
Hey, this is perfect. You're developing your own broadcast strategy. Android with the star from Mazatec. She looked to the outside. There wasn't anything. Almost had it on the inside. Yeah, she is through cleanly. It looked.
Oh.
Is she? She is not.
I believe she got a cut call on that
Yeah,
one.
it looked like what happened there was Lynn Diesel was able to flip her into the infield.
Mm-hmm.
And when she came back on, she thought she was able to come back where she was. She was not. Lynn Diesel was able to roll back just enough.
All right, but now we got Helen Durink trying to fight through that mass attack pack.
Diesel's
finding
going for her
quite
own
the
penalty
resistance there. Very solid wall here. Some of her players trying to go in and break them up. Good strategy.
Penalty
But now they
is
have to pay
over.
attention to the jammer.
Android is back on the track. And cleanly through.
So there is no lead jammer now. Android was called on a penalty, so therefore she lost her lead status.
So we'll have another 37 seconds of this jam. We did have a star pass. It is Christy Winkler who picked up the star for Lehigh Valley. I almost thought we were going to get a back block call there coming out of turn 4, but we did not. So Android will continue to try to make her way through the pack. She is on a scoring run now.
Christy Winkler working her way through.
Lehigh is just absolutely tearing things apart here.
Believe she was able to pick up some points on that. Looks like 2 for Christy Winkler on that last one.
We have a timeout called by Lehigh Valley. We'll take that timeout. Just to mention, so we want to keep the stream, we always want to keep our stream free for everybody. I don't like to even mention it. We'll throw it out there. If you felt like you wanted to donate towards the cost of data for this weekend, you can find us over on Facebook. Look up Nerd Derby, and you'll see where there's a little GoFundMe right there. We're not out to make any big bucks. We just want to. Data is expensive.
Just a little show of support in
A little
the form
show of support if you want to.
$1,
If you don't, that's totally fine. Go buy your favorite skate or a cup of coffee.
Yeah. Tell them about your rig outside.
Yeah, I'll have to put pictures up later on Facebook. We have, if you've ever been in a hockey arena, you'll know they're not noted for their fantastic internet access. So we have a pretty odd-looking antenna setup that is hooked to the back of my Jeep right now. It's doing its job, though. We've had a strong signal all day.
All right, and we are back in play with Sasquatch for Lehigh Valley and Impaler Swift for Mazatec.
Whistle blows Impaler. She darted right. It was nothing but pink jerseys. Yeah, on the inside. That was a really quick lead jam pickup by Lehigh Valley. And Sasquatch moved surprisingly quick at the beginning of that jam. 1 point, though, picked up by Mazatec. She worked hard for that 1 point.
She sure did. She hustled.
Hustled and got spilled on turn 1.
Now jamming for Lehigh Valley is MJ Slammer for Lehigh Valley.
Yeah, and for Mazatec, we have 80 Carnage Patch Kid.
I made you say that one.
Carnage Patch Kid.
Practice makes perfect.
Yeah, it's so tricky just because in New England, I run into these certain, I got Carnage Patch Kid, I got Savage Patch Kid, and Cabbage Smash Kid.
Oh, boy.
So there's
All right, Carnage Patch making it through.
the lead jammer, Mass Attack. Hot on her heels, though, is MJ Slammer. Although MJ Slammer just going through on... No, they are both in there.
Very good communication on her part there. Call.
Played
Sound like a raven.
4-4 jam.
I think that's very important for jammers to communicate verbally as well, because some jammers will just, hit their hips super duper hard. And it's like they gotta hear you too if they don't see you signaling.
I've always been a little bit confused by the inconsistency in jammer call-offs in the hand-to-hip motion.
Yes.
I
Some,
see
like Buyer's Remorse from Charm, pats their hips like
a
this.
little, yeah, right, which is sometimes not easy to see.
Yeah.
And then you'll have a more violent swinging of the arms.
Yes. And lead jam for Lehigh Valley is barbed wire. Ooh, skating through backwards on the inside. Love when we can see some technical moves here from the skaters.
I wish they would do those technical moves down here on 3 and 4, though. Unfortunately, our camera doesn't get a great view of 1 and 2. I'll have to let everybody know that later on, so they can try to keep all the magic for turn 3 and turn 4. That would be good. Maybe on the straightaway, on the front stretch. Barbed wire looks to the outside of turn 1. She's by 1 blocker. Now she's by 2 blockers, 3 blockers.
And Raging Grace picking up 4 points on that last pass. Going in for more, hopefully.
I wondered when we would see the star on Enraging Grace. I was curious if Mass Attack would make a jammer change, try to mix things up a little bit.
I think that's a good call on their part.
In this situation, it's Enraging Grace with the start as a result of a star pass, but she was successful with it. 82-29. Now that is only a 33-point difference. 53-point difference. Based on how Lehigh has done, you might feel that score should be a little bit higher than it is, but they've been very consistent in taking small point jams and calling it off.
Despite that last jam, that one was a bit long.
4:21. Impaler Swift looking to try to put Mass Attack back within striking distance.
All right, and Helen Durink getting through that wall very easily. She used her levels to see that she could duck down and get right through.
So that is a wash 4-4. It will remain 53 points different. Ten minutes left in the first half. We'll have one more game tonight. And I don't even remember who that is. This is not a good sign if it is only day 1 and I've got the Derby delirium. Granite State versus State College. Thank you very much for the bracket shot. Who do we have out there? 1851, that's Sasquatch.
And we've got Carnage Patch Kid from Mass Attack. Sasquatch. Ooh. Stays in, makes it through. Lead jammer. Got some spills and thrills going on over here.
Yeah. The track cut called on Lehigh Valley. This power jam for Mass Attack, I don't know that Carnage really...
Nice job getting on the outside.
She worked so hard to make that initial pass. She doesn't really look like she wants to skate all that much longer. She's got a full 30 seconds, so it shouldn't be too much trouble to put up 10 here.
Her team's helping her out, trying to break up that Lehigh Valley wall.
So there's a good opportunity for them to come out at least with a net gain on this jam, even though I'm sure that Sasquatch will come out and put up some points of her own in the next 35 seconds. She's done 4 right there. Smartly crawls back in. Carnage playing it safe. So we've got 10 for Carnage right now. Sasquatch with 4, but she could pick up 5 here. And she does, picks up 5. So only a 1-point net gain so far for Mass Attack. That's the end of the jam. No more points, so we'll have 4 more for Mass Attack. So will that be, we should see 5 points. A very well played jam by Mass Attack.
It definitely looked like the bench coach and Carnage Patch, excuse me, were communicating very effectively about what strategy they should use.
It's not so easy to say that name, is it?
You caught me. I won't mess it up again.
We've had our whistle blow again, and it's 2:15. I'm sorry, not 2:15.
Double barrel hot guns. It's a long one to fit on a jersey.
These are all in numerical order on my sheet, and I still can't get them straight. It's been a long day already.
And the jam is called off by Lehigh Valley before Mass Attack can score some points.
I have not looked at flat track stats to see how these two teams compare, but I would suspect Lehigh Valley probably comes in at a little bit higher. So if Mass Attack can do well against Lehigh Valley, even if they don't pick up the win, it should still help them out in the rankings.
Yes. Oh, I forgot. I can't Google that because no internet service.
Yeah, sorry, the internet service is terrible here. 421, unless you have a giant antenna outside on your Jeep, which I do. 421, Impaler Swift is the lead jammer for Mass Attack, but it is 932, MJ Slammer, who's the lead jammer in control right now. Lehigh Valley.
Very nice textbook hit out.
Looking for more points on the board. Scoots past in Raging Grace. Looks to the bench to see if she should call it off. They say no.
All right. Mass Attack's jammer Impaler Swift is out.
Lots of room on the front stretch there as Mass
And
Attack
the jam's called.
Mass Attack unfortunately was not put together defensively. 8 points and 5:22 left in the first half.
Mass Attack Roller Derby has called an official timeout.
I see that one of the Rock Coast sponsors this weekend is Diversified Inc. up in Bangor. I hope Diversified Inc. I hope the owner Ed. I hope he comes by this weekend. I haven't seen Ed in years. So.
I'd like to meet Ed.
Ed's a great guy. He's probably one of the coolest guys I've ever met. I mean, if you own a tattoo shop.
I don't think you can have a name like Ed and like not be cool.
Right.
You know.
Ed is definitely he is top 5 coolest people I've ever met.
Nice.
Ed is one of them.
Who are the rest? Curious.
I don't have to think about that. I just know he's in the top 5.
All right. Jamming for Lehigh Valley, we have 707, Barbed Wire. And we have Carnage Patch. Good.
Yeah, Carnage, not
caught
Cabbage.
You on that
yeah,
one.
I did it again.
All right, Carnage Patch getting through the pack quite quickly and attaining lead jammer status.
Defense not able to contain the opposition, however, and we have Barbed Wire, captain for Lehigh Valley, out as well.
And And here comes Carnage right up the outside, scoring 4 points.
I think the other, so if I'm going to talk top 5, track cut called on Barbed Wire.
Power jam.
The Mass Attack looks excited about this, as they should be.
All right, getting out nice and clean with help from her teammates. Carnage picks up 5 points on that pass.
I'm going to have to put in my top 5 Mo Cheesemo.
Mo Cheesemo.
He is the announcer for Gotham Roller Derby, and I've had a chance to work with him a couple of times now at Battle of the All-Stars. So Mo Cheesemo, definitely top 5 coolest people I've ever met.
Nice.
Mass Attack defense looked really solid there on the front stretch. They were putting up an incredibly strong wall, and Barbed Wire stamping her feet as she might. It took her a while to be able to get through. She did, and she's picked up 4 points. We're Mass Attack 9 points. I think that Lehigh Valley will go to 8 points.
All right.
We'll see if I'm right or if I'm wrong. I'm definitely wrong.
Carnage called that from the floor.
13-7. No, I was closer to being right before. I'll just stop trying to guess.
I feel like Carnage has been getting a lot more jam time now.
Yeah, once you're... I think that's a wise coaching move. You don't want to wear out your jammer on the first game of a tournament. Because you're not only are you playing for the tournament, but you also are playing 3 sanctioned games that they're gonna work towards your standings. But if you have something, it's clicking and it's working, it makes sense to try to stick with them a little bit longer than maybe what your rotation might normally have allowed them to be out there to play.
Absolutely.
So far, so good for our tournament here today. Super excited and super proud for Rock Coast Rollers. They have put together a wonderful tournament. I think this is the 4th year that Coastal Chaos has gone on. They've really got things down pat. They work very well with the Midcoast Recreation Center, and they take care of us as announcers. They take care of referees and volunteers very well.
I haven't been in this building maybe an hour and a half, and I can already tell this is a very well-oiled machine.
Yeah, well-oiled machine. They've got a fantastic staff that's doing just a great job putting this tournament on. And it's not an easy thing to put on a single game, let alone an entire weekend with 12-plus games. I think there'll be 14 total games by the end of the weekend. 12 tournament and 2 exhibition games.
There's so much that goes into it. Every single person that's part of a league has a role to play when it comes to putting something together like this. Charm is actually putting together the Be More Classic. It's in June, I believe, and I got pushed into that committee, and I'm in charge of helping get baskets together for the refs and for all the officials that are there and making sure they're taken care of. So it's a lot of moving parts, and everybody has a role to play, and we all appreciate everything everyone does at these events. So hand claps and kudos to everybody contributing today.
And this time of year, there are so many different opportunities. If you're a ref, you could ref almost every Saturday night if you wanted to, and that's a lot of travel, especially the folks that are up here in New England. It's not uncommon for folks to come from Massachusetts to ref in Maine. Refs that are, there's a team up in Aroostook County Aroostook County feels like 16 hours from nowhere, no matter which direction you're coming from. I say that in jest. I absolutely adore them, but Aroostook County's a rough place to go to sometimes.
Is it like no internet service kind of place?
No, they're great internet service. There's just nothing there. I won't say there's nothing there, but it's a small populace in a really wide area. Like there's a lot of real estate up there.
Gotcha.
And it takes a while to get up there. And you know, there's a lot of refs that I see here today that I know came from a fair distance in order to be here, and without all of the referees, the non-skating officials who are doing the same thing, everybody who comes in and puts their time in is so appreciated.
Absolutely. I second that wholeheartedly. Having played both roles of ref and NSO, I can say that, you know, it feels great to be appreciated and, you know, be recognized for that.
Is that, your phone case is a Meeseeks.
Yes. Existence is pain.
Yeah.
He just wants to go home.
Just wants to go home. I think we had an official review. Gretchen is going to tell us about the official review. And then once that is done.
And I just got word from Gretchen that Lehigh Valley was looking for a forearm penalty on the Mass Attack jammer, and that has been declined.
Penalty is declined. We will repeat first down. Is that a football thing?
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know enough about football that I would be able to actually talk about what was happening.
Well, you made me giggle.
In all honesty, I don't know enough about roller derby to tell you what's going on out here, but I'm still trying to do it all the time.
Well, I can help you with that.
Yeah, that's perfect. I've been doing this now for 3+ years, and I still don't remember what's going on.
That is okay. I think you're, just like you are I'm a teacher, just like in teaching, you're constantly learning. With roller derby, you never know all the things.
Yeah, right.
And if you do, please come talk to me and teach them to
Yeah,
me.
and things change. Things change significantly. We saw in that last game someone who has not played in a little while, and I don't think that they had played since the rule changed about entering the penalty box.
Right, we saw someone circle the track and come back. Back in action here.
Yeah, we're back in action. Number 4 for Mass Attack Roller Derby. Android has the star.
We have Helen Durink for Lehigh Valley.
Razor Ramona hauling back Android, slowing her momentum down a little bit. A nice tripod put together by Mass Attack up front. Were they able to get her out and have to recycle? Yeah, they did a great job.
Very good follow-through on that.
Mass Attack putting together a very nice defense on that backstretch. Enraging Grace, Goldie Gloves, and I think that's Pixie Sticks out there.
All right, and that is the end of the jam.
Picked up lead jam, Mass Attack did, but weren't able to capitalize on it. Smartly called off in time, though.
Got to give props to number 7, Death by Sugar. She really follows through on her blocking when she is one-on-one with that jammer. She swings those hips out right to the inside.
421 Impaler Swift and Sasquatch. We have our whistle. Impaler Swift looks to the outside on the front stretch. Wasn't there anything. Tries it again. Still nothing there.
And we've got Sasquatch out as lead jammer. She's got quite the height advantage there. She can definitely see over those blockers and predict their movements.
Around on one skate, around turn 1, she was through. She picked up 5 points. And a penalty. After a penalty picked up on Killbot after that star pass. We have 2 Mass Attack skaters in the box right now. 1 jammer.
Sasquatch picking up 5 on that pass as well. We have a Mass Attack blocker back in.
Ooh,
Sasquatch hitting that wall hard.
Hit it hard, yeah. That was good thing the hands were down. And she hit the wall hard, but hard and not too hard in order to get herself into a little trouble. We may have I think we are going to have a whistle here. Yeah. On Lehigh.
Got another power jam.
Yeah.
Nice toe work on the outside line by Sasquatch.
27 minutes left. I'm sorry, 27 seconds left in the jam. 19 now after me been talking for a few seconds, so even less time on the period clock. Period 1 almost at an end. Sasquatch will just check the clock, see what's left. No need to call it off at this point.
See if she can get some points. And I believe she does pick up some.
That was a pile of points.
It was.
In that.
Just cannot see the ref who has the points.
Yeah, so far we're looking at least 34-0 in that jam. And we'll see 37. And we are at the half.
All right.
So there you go. You've finished your first half on the microphone, calling the game. Excellent work.
Thanks.
Thanks everybody who's tuned in, and thanks for watching Coastal Chaos 2018, a WFTDA Recognized Tournament brought to you by the Rock Coast Rollers of Rockport, Maine, and the New England Roller Derby Report. We'll be back with period 2 in just a few minutes, probably close to about 12 minutes. We'll be back. Welcome back to Coastal Chaos 2018, a WFTDA-Recognized Tournament. We're bringing you the second half action between the Lehigh Valley All-Stars and Mass Attack Roller Derby. And I'm Chad, and I'll be joined momentarily by Brady, my co-host. So here we have it, 148 to Mass Attack's 60. Mass Attack was able to get that within 50 points. And then Lehigh Valley, well, all hell broke loose, and they tore up the track. So here we have it. That's where we are right now, and we're about to get back underway. Second half action from the Midcoast Rec Center in fantastic Rockport, Maine. Where am I? What am I doing here? Oh. MJ Slammer is the jammer in pink on the right-hand side of your screen. And in black. Killbot? It is Killbot. 419. Oh, I'm looking at the pivot. I'm so sorry. Carnage, you want to tell me 10 more times it's Carnage and I won't listen to you? Because that's what was happening. Carnage Patch Kid. And if anyone who's a regular listener or watcher of the Nerd Derby broadcast knows, I have an incredibly difficult time with Carnage, Patch Kid, or names of the same like. And we are back underway. It is Lehigh Valley in a very familiar situation. MJ Slammer is our lead jammer, building, hopefully, on their 148 to 60 lead. Carnage is clear of the pack. She'll be eligible to score, but there'll be no chance for her to make any scores. Hey, Brady.
Hey.
Welcome back to the show.
Sorry, I was eating a cookie.
I see. You brought the cookie back. Are they good cookies?
Extremely.
Yeah, did you get those from the announcers room?
I sure enough
the
did.
volunteers? I call it the announcers room, but it's like all the volunteers. But
Yes. And they put together quite the spread in there.
It's
Makes me feel very appreciated.
It's incredible.
Yes.
This is
all homemade food, and a lot of it vegan,
Yeah.
but very good.
Yeah, great stuff. We've got Android with the star for Mass Attack, and it was a quick bullet-like exit from the pack for Lehigh Valley and Barbed Wire. The pack is not even yet through turn 2, and she's weaving her way masterfully through on the backstretch now. Clear of the pack. She's picked up a total of 5 points. Meanwhile, just exiting is Mass Attack, and that's Android. So Barbed Wire with 53, Wayward Stay behind her. Able to make blocks. 1 point picked up on that run for Barbed Wire. 2 points, though, Mass Attack. I believe, though I'm not seeing it reflected on the scoreboard yet. Yeah, there we go. There we go. 62 Mass Attack, 158 Lehigh Valley. Number 18 in pink, and number 18 is Christy Winkler. Christy trying to work that outside line on the front stretch and then into turn 1. Wasn't on table. She got into turn 2. She was able to finally make that work for her. Although, right behind her is Impaler Swift. She'll call it off. Impaler's going to get some points out of this, I think, unless she went out. Yeah, she got 2 points. It wasn't bad. Mass Attack seems pretty excited about that. And there were no points on that jam for Lehigh. So Mass Attack's stealing 2 points. Ill-begotten points. So much sweeter than the earned points.
All right, we've got our favorite Carnage Patch Kid.
Oh, Carnage, yeah. Carnage is lead jammer.
It's our favorite word to say.
Almost got knocked off the front stretch there. Bobbled and stomped and stayed on the right side of the tape. Almost does it again, but takes a big hip check.
Thank goodness for knee pads is all I can
Yeah.
say. 'Cause that was a hard tap.
That was. I could feel that over here.
Mm-hmm. My niece said nope to that.
Spilling and thrilling in the backstretch. Low block called. So the power jam for Lehigh Valley. We'll see what they do with it. Keys to the kingdom here belong to Lehigh Valley. For at least another 12 seconds.
And Christie getting through with 4 points on that pass. Recycled to the back.
I'll be interested. I'd like to find out what happens with the condition of this floor as the weekend progresses. It's also early season here at the Midcoast Rec Center. It was just a few weeks ago that this smooth, polished concrete had a couple of inches of ice on it.
I have never skated on polished concrete before, but I do know that skaters have to change their wheels for different floors, and I believe these would require a greater hardness and stickiness because this floor is so slidey. So you wouldn't use any, probably not even 95s on this floor, although that might vary.
I'll tell you who we could ask. We could go back behind us to talk with Kissy Kicks at Turn 2 Skate Shop.
Aha.
If you want to find some great deals on some great items, well, I mean, I assume she has great deals.
Oh, yeah.
Kissy Kicks at Turn 2.
I see some rainbow knee pads over there. Those are cool looking. Got some
She's got all
Smith
kinds
scabs.
of cool merch over there that she's brought up from the shop.
Yes. And we appreciate skate shops coming out.
Stomp, 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 and muscle through 1851 Sasquatch.
Android still working her way through that Lehigh Valley wall. It's proving difficult. But she sees an opening and takes it.
Yeah, Sasquatch, that was a very casual skate through the pack.
Indeed, I didn't even see her.
Yeah, this time, and a big jump to the infield. Did she get it?
Don't know.
Yeah, it looks like 1 point was picked up. I don't know if we forgot to do it. So I knew I had already grabbed one instant replay that I believe was a big hip check.
There it was.
There's that hip check. But because I got that instant replay,
you couldn't get another one.
I didn't get the other one. That doesn't happen very often. It was a perfect storm of cool stuff, and I wasn't able to get all of it on screen.
All right.
I feel so bad.
We've got 4-2-1 for Mass Attack.
Good news is you can go back and watch that stream later on the YouTube archive to your heart's content.
And Taylor Swift almost making out of the pack and to the outside. And she makes it.
There she is.
She's awarded lead jammer status.
She has some time, too, to work with as Lehigh Valley is stuck a little bit, at least for now. Good offensive blocking by Lehigh Valley. Nice little hop on the inside. There was 4 points picked up by Lehigh Valley.
And the jam is called off by Mass Attack.
Let's see that instant replay. Hopping on the inside line, right about here.
Boom.
Nice work.
We were practicing apex jumps the other day at charm practice. It is hard.
I can't skate, so I'm sure it would be very difficult for me.
It's very intimidating. Maybe not hard, because the basic step is just jump, step, step.
Yeah.
But it's very intimidating.
707 Barb Dwyer, captain of the Lehigh Valley All-Stars.
Killbot just got out, making a hustle towards that pack. Almost skidded out on turn 2, is it here? All right.
Called off. 4 points.
Very fast-paced jam there.
So, assuming Lehigh Valley continues on the course that they are and takes the win here against Messtech, they will play against bracket. Lehigh Valley will play against the winner of our next game, Granite State, or you can switch away from that now. State College Roller Derby. State College, Granite State will be up next at 8 o'clock. And I'll be on the call for that one as well. I'll have to get some more coffee for that. It's Mass Attack with the lead jammer acknowledgement, hustling through on the inside, picking up 4 points. Nice work by Carnage Patch Kid.
Lehigh Valley's jammer was recycled by Sugar. Now we have a forearm penalty on Sugar.
Lehigh Valley has also picked up 4 points. Carnage, not sure what she wants to do here yet. So it's tied right now in this particular jam. 8-8. Not anymore. Now it's going to be 12-8. .44 seconds left in this jam. 19:48 left in the clock. So there was four. Right now, she's going to call it off. It'll be a net loss for Carnage Patch Kid. Playing some roller derby for almost the full duration of that jam. That was great. Sometimes I just don't mind seeing jams go a little longer than 30 seconds. Sasquatch.
Messtech realized they had an extra player. She jumped off real quick.
Well, let's see if Sasquatch does the typical and walks straight through the middle.
I think that's exactly what she's attempting to do.
I'm no strategist, but that works
quite well for her.
Quite well for her. That is a strategy to probably stick with.
She was looking for a penalty on that one, but I think she did get one.
We
Someone
did get a
forearm.
penalty, yes. Forearm.
On
Android.
Yes. Both jammers are penalized, so that means that the first jammer who was in the second jammer who was in only sits for the amount of time that the first jammer sat. So she is officially done now.
Such a short amount of time, it took you almost as long to explain as what was actually going to happen.
Had I not fumbled my
box.
words in the beginning.
But
having that NSO experience, I have had that happen before, and it is challenging sometimes because you're like, oh no, who's coming in? Stopwatch, stopwatch, ah. So that can be very hectic at times, but that is why there is a manager in that penalty box.
I wonder if we could automate that position with a seat that has a weight sensor. So when you sat down, the clock started.
That would be interesting.
And then when there's only 10 seconds left, it gives you a little shock to let you know that the penalty's almost over.
I think maybe a soft vibration might be better.
Maybe, but you might. Instead of a shock. Yeah, but you might miss that. I don't want you to. I don't want people to be like, oh, I didn't notice.
Or maybe a visual cue. How about a light?
Yeah.
Yes. That's a very interesting proposition, though.
Yeah. Or maybe something a little more cinematic, like smoke rolls out from underneath the seat at the 10-second mark.
All right, and the jam is called off.
I'm sure we could probably I could probably work something up in the garage to put together an automated system for seat timer.
I mean, you did pretty good rigging up that system outside.
Yep.
Looks legit.
I think we could start with a riding lawn tractor because generally those have a pressure sensor in the seat for safety, so they don't get off the lawn tractor and then get mangled up underneath under the deck.
It does not happen like it does in those Final Destination movies where the lawnmower keeps going and just eats the person.
Yeah, no. No.
It doesn't happen like that in real life.
So yeah, that's what'll
All right,
happen.
I think we have a official time out.
Folks at home who are listening, I apologize for the distraction. Sometimes when games get a little distance in them, my brain starts to wander a little bit. I broadcast roller derby, but I never claimed to be good at it.
And I play roller derby, but I can claim the same. Let's take a look at our stats here. We've got Rockin' City at 153, Bay State at 156, Lehigh Valley at 163, SCAR 166, GSRD at 178, MARD at 181, Rock Coast at 195, and Green Mountain at 228.
Okay, so that's where they were ranked in the
On the WFTDA website.
the WFTDA I don't know if they're .com or.
I believe so.
Yeah.
WFTDA.com for the latest score stats.
All right, so that's very interesting that the highest ranked was Rockin' City.
Yes.
So Rockin' City in their first game went up against Green Mountain.
So that should help Green Mountain's stats a little bit.
It could, depending on how Rockin' City put on quite a show.
Mm-hmm.
So it will be interesting to see how Rockin' City does against some of our other teams. Rockin' City played a very interesting game. For being ranked as high as they were, they weren't on a team with an exceptional amount of flash. They played a very slow, steady, consistent, highly defensive game, and it just gave their jammers time to just keep building that lead, and with Green Mountain, really just it was too much for them to handle. So we'll see how they go. I gotta start working on this seat as soon as I get home.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe by the end of the
To-do
weekend,
list.
I can put together
A prototype?
a prototype. Yeah. What we'll call them the electric chairs. So
God.
You get a penalty, you get sent to the electric chair. Right? So it'll be
I feel like that might.
it'll be a
I
basic.
guess that might deter penalties, and skaters might start watching
Exactly,
themselves a
right.
little more if they're going to get sent to the electric
the
chair.
electric chair. So
Good
it'll be
Lordy.
so it's going to be a basic chair
He's drawing it right
with
now,
a
ladies and
with
gentlemen.
with a steel plate here on the bottom where you sit,
That looks like
and then maybe arms with a little steel.
that looks like a chair with a toilet hole.
Well, that would be cool too. So they put their
Okay,
arms in these little loops on the
Whoa,
chair
they're
arms.
restrained too?
No, it's just so that
Oh.
in case, I don't know, they got. Well, you know how some skaters will wear those padded pants.
Yes,
We wouldn't want them to not get the little notification
that they have sat.
that they have the satchel on, so it's gonna they'll get it on their arm there. So a little chair here, and then it's just a car battery underneath that,
Oh my God.
that does all the work of
Well,
notifying.
more on that later. It looks like Mass Attack is not starting
Yeah.
with a jammer.
This
They
is
have
gonna
the
go
jammer
somewhere.
in the
This is
box.
Gonna revolutionize roller derby on this.
So we have some.
So we have an official review, I think, actually.
Double barrel hot guns for Lehigh Valley. She is working her way through that pack, dancing around on the inside.
So we had in the previous jam, inadvertently, the pink jammer was sent to the box incorrectly. So what they've done to make amends is this time around, the Mass Attack jammer will have spent the entire duration of a penalty in the box. So there you have it. 218, Lehigh Valley, Mass Attack 90.
And that just changed to 223, Lehigh Valley. Picked up some points on that last pass.
If we change these penalty chairs,
And we're back to the penalty chair.
and we call them the electric chair. Trademark that. Let's trademark Nerd Derby 2018. So we can that row of penalty boxes, well, the row of electric chairs, that'll be death row.
Oh God.
So that's what we're gonna call it now.
I apologize for my laugh, people. This is how I laugh when something's pretty funny. But
Roller derby's fun for everyone. Bring the kids on down to the Midcoast Recreation Center.
have them take a picture.
Have them take their picture down on death row.
In the electric chair.
In the electric chairs. We're back underway. Sorry, everyone at home. I forgot.
We got MJ Slamher for Lehigh Valley as lead jammer. MJ Slammer, lead jammer.
MJ Slammer has spent a lot of time skating all by herself today. Does it again. Blisters through on turn 3 and turn 4.
And she is very nimble on those skates, juking around the wall of Massachusetts, picking up 4 more points on that pass. And straight through the pack that time.
Boy.
No juking and jiving there.
Slammer hit the pack so hard. What's interesting is Slammer is not a large-statured human being.
Correct.
To run into that wall, but she took out 3
much larger skaters than
herself.
Similarly, we have a player on Charm who does the same thing. She is small but mighty, and that is Miss Bourbon Bruiser.
The density of a small star skating around the track.
That is a good analogy, sir.
I've used it before.
But it is a good one.
I think I used it in talking about Miss Microburst of Rocco's Rollers.
I
think that's probably where I did that. But I'm not giving any more of my secrets away. You'll never know.
And Lehigh Valley picked up 5 additional points on that last pass.
Impaler Swift. I'm just waiting for Impaler Swift to have a real breakout jam. I think it's going to happen at some point. Will it happen against Barbed Wire? Don't know. We'll find out shortly, though. The whistle's blown.
Barbed Wire has been getting out pretty fast, but not this time.
Not this time. It is Impaler Swift. She's clear of the pack. Has time to work. Looks to go straight towards the middle. Now tries the outside. There was almost room there. She's through 3. She'll get some offensive assistance, and she's through. Both jammers are through. So we have a
she is calling
4-4 jam so far.
That was a smart decision on her point. Her part.
Her part.
Talk? Can I talk?
You can try.
I was trying to say something about points. My brain was moving faster than my mouth.
Yeah, it's hard to. Talking's hard sometimes.
I should know how to talk. I'm a teacher. We've got Killbot for Mass Attack. Christy Winkler for Lehigh Valley.
I'm wondering if Killbot is a reference to a Futurama character. I'm trying to that one. I've been mulling that one over here for the duration of the game. I could Google it and see if there's a Killbot on Futurama. I think there might be. Christy Winkler. Christy's doing an okay job. Inside, made it through cleanly.
Killbot on her initial.
4 points. Picked up for Lehigh. 11-9 left in the game.
Unfortunately, Killbot is unable to pick up any points on that pass. She was knocked out of bounds before passing the hips.
What was Lehigh's ranking?
Lehigh's ranking is 163.
And they're going against Mass Attack at 181. This game should help them.
Yes.
Help them quite a bit. These early season tournaments are very interesting in that they, you're here to play for the tournament, but as well as it's very impactful on your season. For those who really care about the WFTDA standings. Some folks it doesn't mean as much to, and that's fine. I think as far as fans go in general, I think we want to know where our teams rank.
Look at this great one-on-one blocking by Sugar.
And finally, will we have no penalties there? That was a great job by Sugar.
Taking hit after hit, giving hit after hit against Sass.
Finally just got caught a little bit on her heels at the end. I'm a big fan of standings myself. I kind of wish we had regional standings, though.
Yes.
National standings are good, but I don't know that it always gives you a good impression of, like, I, as a kid, grew up watching the Bruins and the Hartford Whalers and wanted to know, where was my teams in relation to everybody else in our particular region. And it's a little harder to do that, try to visualize that when you get 200. So maybe someday we'll divisionalize our.
Put that on your to-do list along with your penalty chair.
Well, I mean, I can do that, but the problem is I'm good with shit like making dangerous stuff in the garage, but I'm less good with making things like numbers and spreadsheets and stuff.
All right, we've got lead jammer status for MJ Slammer, followed closely by Impaler Swift. She is hustling, and it is called by MJ Slammer.
Little leap there. Nice job, Slammer.
Does not look like either of them picked up any points on that pass. That was all strategy right there on Lehigh's part. Not, again, like you mentioned in the beginning, they are not given any inches here.
No, they're here for
the points.
They're here for the points, and they're here to play the next game tomorrow against either State College or Granite State.
All right, we've got Barb Dwyer for Lehigh, and we have, is it Carnage Patch for
That's Carnage.
That's Carnage. Lead jammer status awarded to Barb. And Barb turning around to get those last couple of points. That was a very good strategy on her part because she knows she has to pass those hips, so she simply turned around. Very good strategy.
Looking at how these teams all sort of rank against each other, it goes to show how much work Rock Coast put into putting together, the applicants for this particular tournament.
Yes.
You want to bring in something that's going to be entertaining and challenging and beneficial for everybody. And
absolutely.
To bring in a group like they have that are all fairly close in ranking.
Around the outside for Killbot, she's awarded lead jammer status.
Killbot's got a half a track to work with.
Skating easily through.
All on the outside. She's going to keep going. So 4-4 right now. 6:50 left on the clock. Through, knocked down. And Greaves was able to catch right back up and re-envelop the jammer for just a few more seconds there. Excellent work. Greaves.
All right, Mass Attack has broken 100 points. They are at 106.
Traffic jam in the backstretch.
No pun intended.
Oh, I intended it. No one's going anywhere. Good shot of Pete's kilt, though, as we came around turn 3.
I was just about to mention
yeah,
how
3 and 4.
Scottish that name is.
Yeah.
All right, that is the end
That's
of
it.
our jam.
4 for Mass Attack.
None for Lehigh.
So that will bring that jam to 8-12 in favor of Mass Attack. So this will put Mass Attack. Do we know, if we look real quick at the bracket, do we know who Mass Attack will play next? So Mass Attack, no, we don't. It's going to be on the other, it's going to be on another graphic.
We've got a
Not on
jammer
this one.
chase here.
Jammer.
Sasquatch is lead jammer, but Impaler Swift is very close behind.
Impaler Swift stopped cold.
2 points for Impaler, 1 point for Sasquatch.
I'm surprised that there are 2 points for Impaler. I didn't think that she had made any progress.
Too. I did not see much progress there. I thought she got, blocked pretty good. But the refs thought otherwise, and we must respect their call. And we've got Carnage Patch up against Double Barrel Hot Guns. Like I emphasize that?
Yeah. Track cut? No. No pass, no penalty.
She's no pass, no penalty. She is allowed back on the track.
Hey, there's Mass Attack with the lead jammer. We got 4 points out there behind now in this jam.
Carnage is calling.
Call it. Yeah, it would be 4-4. .334 left in this game. I see State College in the white in turquoise.
And then we've got black and turquoise for Granite State. Very coordinated outfits here. They're going to look good on the track.
I'll tell you, there's a lot of turquoise this weekend.
Yes. I like it, though. I think everybody looks really good in turquoise.
Yeah. Rock Coast with turquoise in their jersey colors. Mass Attack again, back-to-back leads. And Android.
Up on the inside,
Good
MJ
job.
Slammer ahead of Android.
I'm not sure where Mass Attack calls home these days. I feel like it might be Taunton, in the Taunton area. Anybody listening, can you confirm that for me? Is that where Mass Attack is out of these days? Like they're in the Taunton area? Somebody in the Facebook machine. I mean the
Facebook machine.
No, the YouTube machine.
Sometimes I call it the Google machine.
Yeah, Google machine.
Or the Googler. All right, we have a timeout.
Barbed wire. And Impaler Swift. We've
Another
seen so
Impaler
much
Swift
of them
jam.
today. Yeah.
I know. Becoming a thing. Like you said, if it works,
Yeah.
do it. Lead jammer status awarded very quickly to Barbed Wire.
Yeah. Lehigh Valley has done just a phenomenal job today. They've looked excellent.
Yes. Barbed Wire skating backwards again to get through that pack. She's done that quite a few times. Works well for her. And skating easily on through again. Barb picks up 5 points on that pass.
One change to Derby over the last few years that I'm not sure that I like is there's no board in the center anymore. The penalty tracker board is not in the center of the track anymore.
For sanctioned bouts, you mean?
For most bouts,
Most bouts.
they don't have the upright penalty tracking board. So it's,
Yeah.
tough to kind of take a look to see what the penalty trouble looks like. I mean, but I'm not going to complain about that. It's just one less thing people have to set up.
All right, and we've got quite the chase with our jammers.
Only 51 seconds left in this period. Could be our last jam. Oh. Accidental call off. Now, so here's what I'm curious about. And maybe you can answer me this, riddle me this. How many times do you have to tap your hips when calling it off?
I don't believe there's a set number of times. You just have to make it very visible. You can also use your voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't believe.
She had basically one tap of the hip.
Yeah.
She also may have made a verbal cue as well. Oh well, we'll have one more jam. I don't care about that. I'm excited.
More roller derby.
More.
Thumbs up.
More Sasquatch. Period's over. Sasquatch can call it off if she wants to.
Still have 1:40 left in this jam, though. For those folks
But
who don't know at home, the period can end, but as long as you start that 2-minute jam within the period time, you can still play some roller derby because you've got 2 whole minutes to score points unless it's called off.
Lehigh Valley is on a power jam right now, so it does behoove them to keep piling on some points here.
Nice hit on the outside by Bloodbath Betty, but she does receive a penalty for it. Unsure what the call was there.
Well, Enraging Grace picks up a penalty there.
So now 2 Massatech blockers are in the box.
47 seconds left in our jam.
Sasquatch picks up 5 on that.
Yeah, now she'll call it off.
And
great work.
We are done with an unofficial score of 316 Lehigh Valley, 124 Massatech.
I don't see anyone requesting any reviews.
Not yet.
And I don't suspect that we're going to... I don't think we're going to see much change in that score. If anything were to change in that score, we'll let you know.
Did anybody respond?
Damon. Yeah, Damon confirmed. Massatech is in the Taunton area.
Good guess.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I know things. I remember things. All right, so we're gonna step away. You've just completed your first broadcast on the internet of a roller derby game. You have to tap twice. Thanks, Damon. I thought there might have been a time. All right, so do I have one of these? Excuse me. I'm gonna just grab this paper out from in front of you. Am I supposed to read one of these? Thanks for watching Coastal Chaos 2018. Yes, I was. A WFTDA-Recognized Tournament brought to you by the Rock Coast Rollers of Rockport, Maine, and New England Roller Derby Report. We'll be back after probably, well, the next game's going to start at 8 o'clock, so hang around, go get something to eat. You've got time to, maybe you've got time to order a pizza. That depends on your local pizza establishment. Best of luck with that. We'll see you in just a little bit.